Hey guys, Stacy Coward. I'm here to talk to you today about procrastination. The first thing I want to say about procrastination is that your mind is set up to remind you about stuff. And that's why you continue to come back and say, oh, I got to do this, or I got to do that, or I got to do this. And procrastination is all in your head. The reason why we procrastinate is because it's something unpleasant that we really don't want to do. And so we procrastinate because it doesn't benefit us. See, there's not enough benefit in it for us, or we haven't come to a place where we figure that it's enough benefit for us. Well, when you're thinking about procrastination, I want you to think about that procrastination is stealing your time from you. That's all procrastination does. It is a time stealer. If there's something that you need to be able to do, you have to be able to take and tackle it immediately, because for every time that you say, oh, I'll do that later, or I'll get to that next week, or I'll get to it tomorrow, you have actually stolen that time from yourself. You have 24 hours in a day to get things done. You got 24 hours in a day to succeed in the goals in your life. And you want to make sure that you're maximizing on all that time. So how do you get past your own procrastination? Well, the first thing is identifying why it is that you don't want to do it. That's the first thing. If you look at it and you say, oh, I don't want to do that. For example, you wrote out a to-do list and you looked at it, you pushed it down tomorrow, you pushed it down next week, you pushed it down, all of a sudden you 10 days in on something that was really important. So you want to identify, why is this feeling like a negative kind of deal? Why don't I want to do this? And you want to identify, is this something that I don't feel like is going to benefit me? Or do I feel like I really don't owe this person? Do I really feel like that I'm not getting my money's worth out of this product? Do I feel like I'm really not happy living in this home or this place as to why I am procrastinating on it? So you want to identify that, and then make sure that next time that you don't get into these cycles where you are connected with whatever has caused you not to want to pay for it or put the time in or give back something that you're supposed to be doing. Or you want to just make sure that you don't get reconnected into that. So that's a whole nother subject. The second thing with procrastination is, after you've identified whether or not it is something that benefits you, like how is this going to benefit me? Like you start looking at the areas like, why is this benefiting me? How is this going to help me? So you want to focus your attention on how it's going to benefit you to actually complete it versus why you don't want to do it. So you want to look at all the reasons why it's beneficial. And I know you're like, why do you have to take the time to do all of this stuff? Because the reason why you procrastinating is because of these reasons. Like you don't want to do it because it doesn't benefit you, or you don't feel like that you are getting something out of it, or that this person, you owe this person that, or you want to give your time into this place. You want to identify that, because procrastination is in your mind. And then the third thing is just actually getting up, actually doing it. Getting yourself to a place where you are disciplined enough to say, let me get up, let me get the job done, because I need to do it. I heard something really funny a couple of days ago in my listening, and the guy says, if you were wrestling a gorilla, would you stop when the gorilla got tired or when you get tired? And of course, the answer is you want to stop when the gorilla gets tired. And that's much like what discipline looks like. You know, being able to discipline yourself to say, I need to get up and I need to get this done. You know, even though I'm tired, even though I don't want to do it, I still need to be able to discipline myself enough to get it done. And discipline is a major part in helping you to get past procrastination. Some other things that you can think of that are really practical is, every day if you just do one thing on that list of I don't want to do it, just do one thing out of that list. Just choose one thing from the list and say, I'm going to get this part of it done. My daughter was supposed to go down and clean the kitchen up. It was late at night. And probably about 8:30 at night, 8:30, and we usually go to bed about 9 or so. So about 8:30 at night, I went down and I was like, hey, you didn't clean the kitchen up. And, you know, it was a rice cooker that needed to be cleaned. It was a skillet with some grease in it. And then the peas were on the pot. And then the dishes were in the sink. And the trash needed to be taken out. And she looked at me and I looked at her like, And the point was, I said to her, just do the best you can. I know it's late, but can you just do the best you can tonight? So she did. She tried. She emptied the rice cooker and, got as much as she can get done. She left the trash in the house, but she pulled it out the trash barrel and bagged it up and tightened it up really tight. So sometimes it just takes for you to do the best you can. Sometimes you might not be able to do an excellent job, but if you can just do a good job on it, just get it done. And then tomorrow we can work on excellence. But tonight, can we just work on just getting it done? Can we just meet the standard of that we attempted to clean the kitchen up tonight? Another thing my mother-in-law taught me has been really, really great is every day getting up and doing one thing at a time. For example, she was moving into her apartment and I went over to her apartment and she had only been there like 30 days or so. But she moved a whole house of like all of her lifetime into this apartment. And I was like, Mom, how did you do this? And she was like, I did one thing every day at a time. I said, what do you mean? And she said, I literally took one picture out and hung one picture on the wall. Every day, so she did one thing every single day. She said she emptied one box pretty much a day, and she was able to get the whole house unpacked by herself. And my mother-in-law is 80 years old, and she got this whole house beautiful, and she did it by herself. And the things she couldn't get done by herself, she just got one person to help her, one person at a time to assist her in doing it. But I looked at that and I said, man. And so, if you could just do one thing at a time, it might be really overwhelming, something that you really just can't do. But if you could just take and do one thing at a time and not even look at the whole picture. Sometimes we get caught up in looking at how big the project is or how big it is. Don't worry about that. Can you just go over and hang the picture on the wall? That's it. Just hang the picture on the wall. You're good. And you're finished for the day. So, and then you can see yourself clear and you can see your way clear on the things that you need to have done. So, and making your bed, getting up in the morning, turning around and making the bed as soon as you turn around and see the bed needs to be made. As soon as you get out the tub, turn around and clean the tub out. As soon as you wash your dish, instead of putting it in the sink, you go right over, you rinse it out, you put it in the dishwasher, or you wash it and put it in the rack immediately. Like, don't let any time pass between the stuff. As soon as you are getting out the car, you take the Coca-Cola bottle, you take it to the trash with you immediately. As soon as you get out the car, you pick it up and you take it to the car. You don't leave it in there for yourself. You don't procrastinate on anything. What procrastination looks like is all these rocks and pebbles all over that you're leaving around. Like you say, oh, I'll get to that later, and then you got that rock there. Oh, I'll get to that later, and you got that rock there. And I'll get to that later. And all of a sudden, you got all these rocks around your feet, around your head that you need to work on, that you need to get done. And your pile keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And all you had to do was, as soon as you got out the bed that morning, turn around and make the bed. As soon as you took your clothes off, you put them directly in the wash machine. Turn the wash machine on. Or as soon as you finish cooking, or while you were cooking, even while you're cooking, as soon as you get finished with the pot, you make everybody's plate, you wash the pot, you put it away, and it's done. You haven't procrastinated on anything. And you don't leave all these piles that are waiting on you that make life sort of overwhelming. Procrastination makes your life overwhelming too. That's another point that I need to say, why it's a benefit for you not to procrastinate. Because when you're procrastinating on negative things, not negative things, things that just don't feel pleasant, all of a sudden you look around and you feel overwhelmed because you haven't worked on those things that keep you feeling calm and stress-free and so on and so forth. So it's really important for you to tackle your procrastination. It's really important for you to look at, what those things are in your life. And those are things, procrastination also, turns into obstacles for you. They turn into barriers for you. It could be something as simple as going down and getting your oil changed on your car. And you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. All of a sudden, it's turned into a huge monster where you need a new engine for it because you just didn't go down and even if you couldn't afford the $80 oil change, maybe you just said, can you give me the $19 oil change? Just get the cheapest one because you can't afford to get the one that's $79. And then when you can do better, you do better. Like I told you with the kitchen, you just do the best you can at that moment. And don't look at tomorrow as far as like, I can't do it. Don't worry about all of that. Just Let's deal with this one rock today and fix this one rock. And let's pick this up and throw it out the way and pick this up and throw it out the way so that you don't have all of these things that are working against you at the end and creating all these barriers and obstacles in your life. So I hope this information has helped you on how not to procrastinate and why it's important to discipline yourself enough to just get it done, and how to actually get it done. So that was the goal behind this video. If you like this video, please click like below. Also subscribe to it, and we'll see you next time. Hope this has helped you on retooling your life.